Good evening. India is the second most populous country in the world, first being China. As far as India's population is concerned, it is growing very rapidly, and India may replace China as the most populous country in the world. This is definitely going to happen in the nearest future because, as far as China is concerned, China has its strict restrictions on number of children per family. But as far as India is concerned, we have certain suggestions to restrict the size of the family, but there are no laws that are governing to restrict the number of children per family. So that is the reason why a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court requesting the Supreme Court to give directions to the government to introduce a bill and pass a bill and make a law with respect to population control, and that is going to become population control law. And the petition makes it very clear, if you don't impose such type of restrictions, in future it is going to be very difficult for the governance of the nation because of the huge population. And the Supreme Court sought an explanation from the government. On December 12th, 2020, the government of India made it very clear that the government has no intention to introduce any such law in India. Because in a democracy, we cannot force, we cannot coerce the people to restrict the family size. It is left to the respective families. And the government also cited, with respect to the population growth rate. Population growth rate from 2001 to 2011, it has been reduced, meaning the number of people those who have been added has been reduced. It shows very clearly that the people are following certain family planning methods. That is the reason why government also cited this reason and made it very clear that the government has no such type of intentions for introducing any law to coerce the people to restrict the size of the family. Right? So regarding this, I have the information, and I'll be showing that information. Along with this, I'll be giving you some more points. Kindly have a look at this. And during our discussion, we also come across with the policies that is called national health policies. So far, we have 4 national health policies in India, and the latest health policy is the latest NHP, National Health Policy, is for the year 2017. Clear? So this is the latest one. Even regarding that, I am going to give you some information. Kindly have a look at this. Now I am opening the document. Please look at this clearly. The central government told the Supreme Court on December 12th, 2020, that it was against coercing couples into having a certain number of children in a bid to curb population explosion. If population explodes, or if the population explosion takes place, definitely the nation has to face certain difficulties. But in a bid to curb population explosion, government does not want to coerce a couple into having a certain number of children. This is what the government of India has informed the Honorable Supreme Court on December 12th, 2020. Look at this. Government said very clearly that in fact 2001 to 2011 witnessed sharpest decline in the decadal growth rate among Indians in 100 years. Very, very, very important one. So these are the points that are very important for you to write better answers in civil services main examination as well as group 1 main examination. Am I clear? So when anybody is arguing in Supreme Court, or government is arguing in Supreme Court, you need to present certain points, and the points must be presented with the logic. Same logic is also expected to be applied by you when you are writing the answers. That is the reason why if you get a question on population explosion, if you keep on writing only on population explosion without any logic in that one, that will not attract the attention of the person who is evaluating your paper. That is the reason why if you continuously read the newspaper or if you continuously read any good magazine, you will come across with these points and also with the latest updates. For example, see here, in India there is a demand that there should be a population control law. Control law. So this is the old one. Population explosion. This is the old one. But whatever we are discussing now, these are the latest developments. Am I clear? So that is the reason why I always want you to read the newspapers every day, right? For that matter, you may afford to, leave books for 1 or 2 days, right? But I don't want you to leave reading newspaper even on a single day, right? With that seriousness, you need to prepare for the examination. Look at this. The family welfare program in India is voluntary in nature. Government says very clearly, it advertises, right? Not more than 2 children. It's a suggestion. It's a suggestion, but it is voluntary on the part of the couple to follow or not. Meaning, government cannot force. This enables couples to decide the size of their family and adopt family planning methods. How? Those are best suited to them according to their choice without any compulsion. This is what the democracy means. Clear? So, in a democracy, people should be allowed to decide their own things in every activity, including controlling the population or family planning. Government cannot interfere. If it is interfering to such level, what is the meaning of the democracy? There is no doubt that population explosion is going to cause huge problems. But for this reason, you need to educate the people, create awareness, enhance the knowledge among the people so that the people will be voluntarily participating in the family control programs. Clear? Very, very, very important. They voluntarily restrict the size of their families without any compulsions, and that should also be according to their choice. And if you look at India at the international level, India was a signatory to the program of action of the International Conference on Population and Development of 1994, which unequivocally against coercion in family planning. In certain countries, there is a coercion, and many countries are against such coercion, and India is a signatory of this POA, where India is also against coercion in family planning. Look at this. In fact, international experience shows that any coercion to have a certain number of children is counterproductive, right? What is happening in China? China is a huge country with a huge population and the most populous country in the world. But when it comes to the demographic dividend, India has a huge advantage at this stage. But China does not have. China is repenting on its one child norm. Am I clear? That is the reason why it may become counterproductive and leads to demographic distortions. Very, 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 very important. Is that clear? Next, we'll be going ahead. The government was responding to the court's direction to a petition filed by an advocate by name Ashwani Kumar Upadhyay to introduce a population control law. And Mr. Upadhyay, Ashwani Kumar Upadhyay, an advocate, said population explosion had been a bane of the country. There is no doubt as far as this particular statement is concerned. But in reality, in practice, can we go for such coercion? Government made it very clear it can't. India is already a signatory at the international level. According to Upadhyay, population explosion is more dangerous than bomb explosion. And without implementing effective population control measures, healthy India, literate India, prosperous India, resourceful India, strong India, secured India, sensitive India, clean India, and corruption and crime free India campaign won't succeed. There is no doubt as far as this statement is concerned, everybody will accept. But the mechanism how you make the people to follow, that is important. It should be left to the couple to follow this one voluntarily. For this reason, education levels must be enhanced, knowledge levels must be enhanced, awareness must be enhanced. Then the people will follow voluntarily, and for this reason, government has to play a crucial role, NGOs have to play a crucial role, our educational centers have a crucial role to play. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important. So, whatever the points that have been raised by Mr. Ashwini Kumar Upadhyay, they are very much right. But whatever he proposed, the population control law, that is not acceptable to the government. Look at this. And the government also came out with certain figures. It said that India had been witnessing a constant decline in TFR, total fertility rate. During our class discussion of economy and geography, we have discussed what is TFR. Okay, so let's go ahead. It said that according to the census statistics of these 10 years, 2001 to 2011, hopefully you all remember, every 10 years in India, the census are conducted, right? And the first census was conducted in the year 1872. 1881, 1891, like this, every 10 years, the census are being conducted in India. And as far as these statistics are concerned, it was the first decade in the last 100 years which had not only added lesser population as compared to the previous one, but also registered the sharpest decline in decadal growth rate from 21.54% in 1991 to 2001 to 17.64 in 2001 to 2011. These figures are important, my dear friends. In the examination, if you add these figures in your answer, then you will be securing good marks. Please remember this. Am I clear? Very, very, very important one. So we'll be going ahead. Next one. I am moving ahead to the next point. Look at this. The ministry said that TFR, which was 3.2 at the time when national population policy of 2000 was adopted, has declined substantially to 2.2 as per sample registration system of 2018. So TFR is coming down. That shows that the couple, they deliberately want restricted number, meaning according to government, the awareness is being increased, right? Awareness is being created. In this type of situation, there is no necessity to coerce them, that too through a law. The wanted fertility in India, as per National Family Health Survey 4, is only 1.8 as against the actual fertility of 2.2 prevailing at the time, indicating that the couple on an average don't want more than two children. So these are the indications, right? And similarly, 25, as many as 25 out of 36 states and UTs, they have already achieved the replacement level fertility rate of 2.1 or less, meaning these are the signs of decline in population growth rate, right? And it said that the national policy 2000 had clearly articulated objectives. There was also the national health policy of 2017, which provided for a policy guidance to inform, clarify, strengthen, and prioritize the role of the government in shaping the health system in all its dimensions. Kindly remember, this is our latest NHP, National Health Policy of 2017. And the NHP sets out indicative, quantitative goals and objectives, which includes the achievement of TFR of 2.1 by 2025. And kindly remember, so all the discussion has come into the picture because a petition has been filed in the Supreme Court requesting Supreme Court to give directions to the government to pass a law called Population Control Law for restricting the couple with the number of children. And government made it very clear, and we need to wait what the Supreme Court is going to say. Fine. And like this, if you keep on reading the newspaper regularly, you will be enhancing your knowledge, and that will be helpful to you to write better answers in the examination. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next class. Take very good care.